really could cry right now because 2 weeks ago I had a perfect week. I say 2 weeks ago because that's the example that I want to share with you. There was a day last week that I had a perfect week, or a perfect day. I'm sorry, I said a perfect week. No, you know what? I said it right. So 2 weeks ago, shout out to my boy. He about to get married, man. Shout out to him. And recently we went to Toronto, and the week was so perfect. Went to work. I didn't have to do a whole bunch of crazy stuff. The week was just light. And I remember I said to myself, and watch this. See, we think that we get so caught up in, man, everything isn't going the way I want it to go. Just because it's not going the way you want it to go doesn't mean that it isn't going the right way. Like, you could be confused. You could be deceived. And so we were leaving to go on this trip on Thursday. And I think I got a haircut on Tuesday. Now, what's crazy is we stayed the entire weekend. And I like to have a fresh cut anytime I go out of town. So in my head, I'm going, man, I'm about to get I need to get a haircut, but I want to get it on Wednesday. But I'm like, man, something just telling me that if something happens, I need to already have a cut. Like, I don't need to be looking like no slime ball, you feel me? So I just care about how I look. You know, presentation is everything. And you just never know who you're going to meet either. And so I remember, man, I go get the haircut. Wasn't nobody in there. Got a chance to kick it with my barber. You know, we were just chopping it up. And haircut was looking crazy. I'm like, dang, like, why is it looking like that? You know what I'm saying? So the next day, low key, I didn't even have all my stuff ready. I was talking to some of my boys and they're like, yeah, man, I went and grabbed this. And I'm going, man, I don't even need nothing. And low key, I still needed to go get some stuff. And that kind of ran into some of my time. So I'm like, all right, man, I gotta go get some more clothes. So I went to the mall, got some more clothes, man, and was feeling good about myself. I actually put an outfit together myself. Like, that's something that I don't do good with either. Like, my wife be putting stuff together for me. But, man, I found some outfits, man, that I put together. I'm like, yo, this fire. And then I went home, and I get this. I had to do a yard. I still had to do some work the day before the trip. And what's crazy was when I pulled up to my boy crib, his boy pulled up. Well, our boy. And he had some pizza. So they about to go in the crib and chill. I'm out there cutting the grass. And I'm sick because I'm out there cutting the grass. But watch this. I was able to get everything done that I needed to get done. I was able to get that haircut. Like, we had a whole weekend to chill. Like, why do I care about eating pizza? I'm about to get this money, man. Like, heck, I was able to get that haircut. I was still able to get my clothes for the trip. There's more clothes that I didn't have. I was able to cut the grass, get paid, and I was able to kick it with them. And what's so crazy was, the three of us rode down there together, and it was just an amazing trip. The whole trip was just fire, man. And I realized that leading up until that day, even that next morning, I even had like a little bit of work to do, and it just worked out perfect. The whole car ride, like, wasn't nobody tripping, good music. I'm being exposed to music. We just having a grand time. They didn't stop us at customs. We went right through the border. Great trip. We even got something to eat. And I realized something. I'm like, wow, man. I think there is too many people that talk about, man, I had a long week. Man, I had a bad week. I'm talking about the worst thing that happened to me was my hair grew back too fast. You know what I'm saying? Like, I told you, I like to have a fresh haircut when I go places. And I was only 2 days off, but it wasn't fresh. That was the only thing, though. Like, is that it? Is that out of 100%, -1? I'm still at 99. Man, I had a perfect week. And the crazy thing is, every day now I'm looking to have another perfect day. Now I'm looking like, okay, like today. Today was a perfect day. Everything went right. Everything. I even lost my keys before shooting this footage. It was driving me crazy. Even though I lost those keys, I was still able to come here and get on camera and do what it is that I love to do. Share what it is that's on my mind. Share with you how to be great with what you have. Man, today was a perfect day. Everything went right. Everything. Even when I leave here today and something go wrong, I was still able to do what it is that I needed to do. I was able to push myself past what I thought I could do. My wife was like, yo, it may just be meant for you to stay home right now. Like maybe you don't need to go. The devil is a liar. Like the devil is a liar. No, I gotta go. I don't need that positivity right now. Like that's the wrong positivity because I'm being delayed from doing my purpose. So yeah, I fought through that. Told my man, I'm like, yo, bro, I'm running a little late. He like, hey, it be like that sometimes. Perfect day. He could have been like, oh, bro, I had something planned. What I'm gonna do? Like I couldn't find my keys. Like that was on me. Found the keys. He was cool, chilling. And you know what else he told me? I was sick about it too. He like, yo, I finally beat you here. I'm like, duh. But bro, I had a perfect day. And I need you. Like, listen, man, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to open up your eyes. I'm trying to help you with what you have. You know how many perfect days you may have had that you may have thought like, man, this was a terrible day. Do you know that that type of energy creates momentum? And so now every day is just a bad day for you. Man, listen, I don't know what it is, but just being able to recognize, like, man, I had a perfect day. Wow. Like I really sat back like, yo, I had a perfect week. I'm like, wow. Why am I talking about this? Because it's not common. People don't talk about they had a perfect week. Like you tell me, I need you to put in the comments when the last time you had a perfect week. When the last time you had a perfect day. Maybe people have them all the time and they just don't admit it. Like, I don't understand. But what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to spread the awareness of maybe you're having perfect days. Maybe the reason why that depression keep kicking in is because you don't want to admit. You don't want to open up your mouth and say, hey, I had a perfect day. I had a perfect week. Like, what are you scared of? Why are you scared to admit that? Man, can I tell you something? This is just a little secret. Ever since I admitted that I can't even get it out. Ever since I've admitted that I had a perfect week, man, it's like I can see differently now. Like I'm able to see, okay, you know what? Maybe this wasn't a perfect day, but this was the perfect moment. And what's crazy is sometimes it be those moments that make the day. Like find that, man. Identify those things. We live in a world now, man, where this world is so unpredictable, man. You need this. You need this information. You need this content. Like, how many perfect days have you had that you don't even know that you have? Yeah. I'm exposing it right now. Yep. Because I ain't the only one. I know I can't be the only one having a perfect life. Or, my bad. Ooh, I just said so. I just said, yeah, you hear that? See, when you start talking a certain way, it can start flowing out naturally. I ain't even mean to say that. How many perfect weeks have you had that you lying about? How many perfect days have you had? Like, man, stop lying, bro. Like, I'm tired. I've been lied to my whole life, man. And it's time for me to start living how I want to live. Man, I had a perfect week. Like, I'm stuck on that. I can't let that go. Man, I can't let that go, man. I can't believe that I had a perfect week. Like, wow. Today was a perfect day. And I'm just tripping on that. Like, man. Like, I need you to stop and acknowledge those things, man. It's the small things that count, man. Stop looking at the big things. Like, stop looking at, man, you know what, man? I lost my job. I had a death in the family. Like, I'm not minimizing none of those things. But what I'm saying is acknowledge what you have. Like, you have something that's great that you are ignoring. And that could be the reason why your life is spiraling out of control is because you don't know how to identify those timestamps. You don't know how to identify those things and go, man, wow, this was cool. This was cool. This was cool. This was cool. Okay, I didn't really feel that, but it was all right. That was cool. That was cool. Before you know it, you're going to forget about oh, man, that wasn't all that. Before you know it, man, like, I ain't going to lie to you. There probably was a few things, like I said, the haircut thing, but what I'm saying is, overall, I had a perfect week. And I need you to catch this thing. I need you to catch this because you need this. Like, don't lie to me, bro. Don't stop lying to yourself. You need this information. And you know what this information going to do for you? It's going to allow you to pass, go, and collect your 200. Stop denying, but start declaring that you had a perfect week or that you had a perfect day. Go get to it.